And then, so my next question is, so I know it sounds a lot, but I'm pretty sure there are people, out there wondering, can I DIY my own divorce? Can I do it myself?
Oh.
Still, even going through all that,
Yeah.
can I just wanted to, because I know, I have all the time, I
Yeah.
wanted to save a few bucks, but can I DIY my own divorce?
Absolutely, they can do that. Just like they could not retain you as a real estate specialist and sell their house on their own. Now, how
Right.
many people do that? So I want to make sure that whenever I meet with a client that I advise them that they do not have to hire an attorney. Again, they come in with their preconceived notions and misconceptions and myths from what they've seen on TV, what they've seen in the media, and that sells. Shark attacks sell. Hanging out at the beach and having a wonderful day swimming does not sell. What sells on the news? Someone got bit by a shark. So all they hear are all of these horror stories about family law litigation.
Yeah, the bloody, the scary, the
All these
ugly.
stuff. Yeah, and so so they're going to want to they have an inherent bias against family law attorneys. I agree. However, I try to dispel that when they come in and I say, look, you can do this on your own. You absolutely can. The issue is you need to be educated as to your rights and responsibilities. And there's a lot of breadth, but not a lot of depth out there on the internet. I mean, for any particular issue in the world, but also with family law. You can Google, okay, I'm looking at family law issues. A lot of breadth, but not a lot of depth. And so I tell parties absolutely a few things. Number one, the fact that they're coming to see me is very important, and to see other family law attorneys to educate, but they can represent themselves. So a court does not require one to have an advocate or an attorney involved in the matter. And I would say that there's quite a few, it's not the minority, where people represent themselves. Unfortunately, the storybook or the fairy tale, so to speak, where you want to save some money and the other parties each party treats each other with dignity and respect, is a bit of a fairy tale, because the parties are divorcing for a reason.
They're parting ways. They're parting everything.
They're parting ways for a reason. So they can handle it on their own, but often the reason why they want to handle it on their own is because of the myth that family law attorneys just litigate. And that's why my chief role is to educate. Not litigate, but to educate. And so if they're trying to just avoid litigation, per se, that is not a reason to do it yourself. If you need to be educated through the process as to what your rights and responsibilities are. By the way, being educated about your right does not mean you're going to exercise that right. Just being educated by what your rights are does not mean you will exercise them. You will have an informed consent then, just like if you're going to a doctor, as to what you wish to do. And that's an important thing too.
Right, but how can you know what you want to do? I believe you first need to be informed.
Correct. And they can do that, by the way, by going through mediation.
Right.
So often people will say that as well, like, well, are you a mediator? And I said, well, yes, I'm a mediator. I'm a collaborator. I want to resolve all my cases at as low cost as possible. I tell each client, I'm not retiring on your case. So it's very important for people to know the process, that they can do it by themselves. They can do it with me as a consultant. They can use a mediator who doesn't represent either party. And choosing any one of those does not chain one to a defined approach in family law. I probably could say it better than that, but it means that if you hire Jim Hoover, it does not mean you are litigating the matter. And if you don't hire Jim Hoover, it means it'll be the most amicable case out there. So it's very fluid. And that's what's important to me, is that I represent the client the way that she or he wishes to be represented, but so long as I'm educating, advocating, and acting in their best interests.
Well, that sounds great.